She thought refusing to cook was just a small stand, but it spiraled into a chain of events that left her with nothing. Now she's in regret, and the story behind it will leave you shocked.
I do not care if I'm making breakfast, lunch, or dinner. If my husband walks in and tells me that he's hungry, he needs to cook for himself. I refuse to cook for him. The other day while making breakfast, my husband walks in and he's like, oh, can I have some? And I'm like, no, this is for me and my children. You could go ahead and go in the fridge, get your eggs, get your bacon, and make yourself some breakfast.
If she's cooking anyways, what harm will it be to make more for one person?
My job is to make sure that my kids are fed. I don't need to feed a grown man. He could feed himself. I don't care if you've been working 12-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts, you're still gonna go ahead and cook for yourself. If not, there's a McDonald's right up the road. Same goes for my stepson. I'm not gonna cook for you, you're not my child. And people are like, oh, but you said you cook for your family, your husband is your family. My kids are my family.
What the is this piece of shit?
What if he decides that the money he provides doesn't get spent on her or her kids, but it's the same as her logic saying she wouldn't cook for him and his son?
My husband is family just by a piece of paper. My kids are blood related to me. That's my family. I will not cook for a grown man. If I'm making dinner, you're lucky if you eat leftovers. If not, make your own dinner because I won't be making it for you. Or you could just starve. My husband is mad at me because he walked in and he saw that I'm making breakfast, and I told him that this was for me and my daughter, and that if he wanted some, he needs to cook for himself.
Being angry at this behavior is an understatement.
I told him I was not going out of my way to make breakfast for him. This is only for me and my daughter. Like, if you're that hungry, there's a McDonald's down the street, or there's eggs in the fridge and there's bacon, and you can make it yourself. He's acting like this not cooking for him thing is brand new. I gave him a list of things that I don't do the day that we got married. I told him, if you don't want to cook, you could wait and see.
It makes no sense to choose someone while there are many caring women out there.
If there's any leftovers. If there's leftovers, go ahead and eat. If there's no leftovers, then I'm sorry. You're going to have to figure it out. But I am not going to cook for you. It's not my job to cook for you. I'm sorry. And then on top of that, I'm doing scrambled eggs. He wants a fried egg. No, I'm sorry. That's too much work for me. Mommy, I'm not gonna do it. Mommy. Plus, he's so picky with his food that he might as well just cook it himself. So like that, he doesn't have nothing to complain about.
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way.
So my husband said if I'm gonna keep excluding my stepchild from gifts, from doing certain things, that he is no longer going to be paying for my children. So I have 7 kids, and out of my 7 kids, only 2 belong to my husband.
If she doesn't want to treat his kids like hers, then it's only reasonable if he does the same thing, mirroring her actions.
We're supposed to be going on vacation soon, and now my husband is telling me that 5 of my children will not get to go on vacation because they are not his child. He said that it's only fair since I keep excluding my stepson, which is his child. He then tells me that if I want the rest of my 5 kids to go, that I need to pay for their ticket, I need to go half on the hotel room, and that any food or anything that they want while we're on the trip would have to come out of my pocket because he is only going to take care of his son and the 2 kids that me and him have together. And then he has the audacity to say that if I keep excluding my stepson, that he's just simply gonna give me an invoice from everything that he's paid since day one for my kids, and that he's gonna make me pay everything back. And no one forced you to pay for my kids. No one forced you to pay for kids that aren't yours. So I ain't paying a dime back.
Much later.
Right now, I'm cooking steaks for me and my kids. Do you think I'm gonna make one for my husband? Absolutely not. Other men over on Instagram are upset because I was in the middle of cooking breakfast and my husband wanted some, and I said no, he could make it himself. I was cooking only for me and my daughter. I'm not gonna go out of my way to add in 2-3 more eggs just because you want some.
What kind of animal are you?
I truly feel bad for any man who married someone like this.
So now for dinner, I'm cooking once again, obviously. I'm making steaks for me and my children, and if my husband wants some, he could go ahead and get some, put it on the stove, and cook it himself. I always only cook enough for me and my 6 kids. If anybody else wants to eat, like my husband, then he needs to make his own food. And some people are like, oh, how can you say that it's going out of your way because you're already cooking? It is going out of my way.
What about the guy that wakes up every single day to provide for you and the family? Is this how you pay him back?
Because this could be the last steak I make right now, but then I have to make another one for my husband. I could have been already sitting down eating, but no, you want me to make food for you? Absolutely not. If you are that hungry, you wouldn't mind cooking for yourself. Or if he doesn't want to cook, he's too tired to cook, he could wait and see if there's any leftovers and he could eat that.
24 hours later.
So my husband decided to drain our joint bank account and leave me after so much controversy on my videos. So on my main page, I made a video about how I didn't want to cook breakfast for my husband because I didn't want to go out of my way from making scrambled eggs to making a fried egg for him. And I said that he could do it himself. I don't cook for my husband. I never have, and I'm not going to be starting today. I'm sorry. I guess he got, wind of the videos, and yeah, he drained our bank account, and he has told me that I have to leave.
With this situation aside, I honestly think that every man should step back if his lady does this, especially if he breaks his back every day to provide in this economy only to not be appreciated back.
At first, I thought he was the one that's going to be gone and that I was going to be able to stay here, but he returned and he said that I need to pack up my things and go. Gotcha. I told him absolutely not, because I have children and me and my children are not going to be in the street. So I told him that he has to evict me. And the one that gave him this idea of leaving me was his birth giver. Yes. His mother was the one that gave him the grand idea to leave me after 15 years. It's honestly ridiculous and disgusting that this is even happening right now.
It's pretty difficult to put into words how disgusted I am, how depressed I am.
Men, please choose the mother of your children carefully. If he has to cook his own food, she has to make her own money.
You don't like your husband without telling me you don't like your husband. Because at that point, you're in the middle of cooking. Like, it really doesn't take that much effort to add a little bit more food to the pan. Even if it's just a fried egg, like after you take out the scrambled eggs from the same pan, just oil it up and then throw in one more egg. It blows my mind that people really are being treated this way within a relationship. Because while I do believe that there are healthy dynamics where one person takes care of their stuff and the other person takes care of their stuff, how are you showing each other that you love each other if you're not doing things for each other?
That's valid, because if this keeps happening, he will realize one day that she doesn't care and he'll walk his own way.
That doesn't mean that you do what you want to do for that person. That means that you do what they want you to do for them. But unfortunately, I think what's happening for a lot of women is an overcorrection. They have traditionally taken on the role in the kitchen, and now there's some women out there that are absolutely refusing anything to do with the kitchen. Even if it's feeding their children, I mean, at least this lady is cooking for her children. But could we all see this potentially, ladies, as an overcorrection that you can show love to your man by cooking him something?
I didn't ask for these. What the is this? I could have kept my money. I said booty short. These are not my booty short. I don't want none of this. This is not. I ain't asked for none of this. I ain't asked for none of this.
Relax.
First, we got a partner that refuses to cook for her husband, and now a lady that is ungrateful for gifts. I wonder where we are headed in these modern times.
Goofy as hell. This no I asked for. Damn. One simple thing I said. All I wanted was a Pandora chain, the earring, and a ring. That's all I wanted. You come bringing all this unnecessary goofy ass. I don't want this.
Just because we want something doesn't mean we'll get it, and acting rude and disrespectful won't help.
A few weeks ago, I said I don't do my husband's laundry, and a lot of people are saying, whoa, 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 those are small acts of kindness. Why wouldn't you want to do that for your partner? But here's the thing. Small acts of kindness that are mostly domestic labor just add up to work at the end of the day. So here's a list of things that I don't do for my husband. You all know, I don't do his laundry. He can do that himself. I do my laundry, and we do the kids' laundry, but he does his own. I don't cook dinner.
I don't like where this is going.
He cooks dinner every single night. I do breakfast and lunch for us and our kids. I don't pack him a lunch. If he's hungry, he'll figure out what he's going to eat for lunch the same way that I do.
So you two are just roommates at this point.
I don't make his doctor's appointments because guess what? He's not making mine. Would it be kind of me to do that? For sure. Is it my job? Absolutely not.
Oh, you are not saying what I think you're saying.
I want him to be healthy, but he's a grown man and he can book his own appointments, right? There's a lot of things that I don't do for my husband. I don't schedule his haircuts. I don't pack his clothes for vacation. Right? I don't do those things. I don't buy him new underwear when it's got holes in it. All of those are things that he's a grown man and he can do himself. Can I do small acts of kindness for him? Of course I can. And I do. I see a vinyl that I think he's going to like because he's creating a vinyl collection. I buy it. I'm at the store and I see something that I think he might enjoy eating. I buy it. I find a new non-alcoholic beer that he wants to try out. I buy it. Right? Those are small acts of kindness. Doing his laundry, cooking him dinner, making him lunch, booking his doctor's appointments, all those things, that's domestic labor.
You serious?
It is not my job as a wife, it is not in my job description to do all the domestic labor as small acts of kindness to my partner and receive nothing in return. I agree with this commenter. If it's going both ways, fantastic. But oftentimes, domestic labor, especially when you have children, adds up. And so no, I am not my husband's personal secretary or his personal assistant.
This is the issue. She doesn't view these things as acts of kindness, but instead she views support and caring toward her husband as labor, which is not true. A wife that helps her husband and looks out for him is not weak. She's powerful and deserving of his love and the providing he does.
I am none of those things. I am his partner, I am his equal, and I do not have to do things to cater to him and serve him at all times to be kind and loving for him.
Well, I'm out, man. If you got like you and like say Drake slide in your DMs.
Yeah.
Who you riding with?
This sounds very familiar to something that happened to me.
Ooh. Proceed, my do share. Do share.
No. I gotta drink the rest of my drink to share that.
Okay, well let's answer this scenario first. So you gotta.
Depends what she wants to do. If she's
we're talking about
wants...
you. Gotcha. Vanessa, if you haven't and Drake slide in your DM.
I'm Drake.
Wow.
I'm great. Throwing that back.
You talking about Drake?
That's Drake?
Yes.
Drake.
Would you leave your Drake?
Would I leave my Drake? Like,
man, I would. I would throw that in the trash for Drake.
It's funny that these questions always reveal a person's true character, and the result will be not only will her current boyfriend walk away, but also her future ones upon seeing this video.
Yeah, like would I leave?
She said leave. Are you letting your girl come back if she go for Drake?
Yeah, you are.
Are you?
Hell no.
Yes! Yes!
I walked away from a 12-year relationship with 2 kids. We had been together since I was 16 years old. You know, I had 2 children as a teenager. And I can honestly say that as young adults raising 2 children, we did pretty okay. But about 6 years into the relationship, I began to feel stuck. While he was sticking to and accomplishing all of the goals that he had set for himself,
she could have accomplished her goals while staying as a wife instead of deserting her husband and kids in pursuit of nothingness.
I was feeling like my life was just becoming like a revolving door of mother and wife duties. And then the goals that I had for myself would come last. I would come up with all these plans on how we could, relocate to California as a family. And he would entertain it, but he never spoke life into it. And when it all hit the fan, I walked away from everything.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
And you know what was the hardest? The judgment and criticism that I received, especially from people I thought would be in my corner.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness? Do you think you do?
Of course, they're not going to side with her. And I have no sympathy for women or men who leave their family and kids for themselves. It's selfish because once you become a family man or woman, especially a parent, it's your duty till the end of time.
I left my husband, I left my kids, and I moved to a whole new city, a whole new state rather. Just me, no one else. And I didn't move because I didn't love them, but I finally decided to love myself too.
What?
And so for years, I put myself on the back burner, just being a mom, being a wife, which is great, that's awesome. But, you know, all this time, like, I was wearing a smile, but deep down, like, I wasn't really happy inside, you know? And so one day I realized that I couldn't keep living a life that made everyone else comfortable while I was crumbling inside.
You serious?
Packed my bags and moved to Nashville. I actually, one day I just woke up and, you know, I was just like, well, I can't do this anymore. Like, I feel like I need to do something different, like, other than what I'm doing. And I felt like I needed to find me again.
Well, I'm out, man.
They always try to make excuses for leaving with self-growth or finding yourself, as they may say. But in the end of the day, it's just abandoning your husband and kids.
My ex broke up with me because I stopped cooking. And
What reason?
I just didn't get it because he would be with another woman who doesn't know how to cook. So I'm like, I'm not gonna break my back and you'll fall in love tomorrow with a girl and she don't have to do nothing. However, he confessed at the end of the day, every time I pay these expensive amounts of money to go out to eat, the food don't slap like yours. So it was pissing me off that I'm spending $500 for dinner sometimes and my girl can cook better than the damn...
The reason he allowed it for his previous partner was because she didn't know how to cook and maybe was willing to learn. But this lady claimed to know and refused to do it, only resulting in him paying for expensive dinners.
Woo! So my next man, I'm not even going to cook for him. I'm not going to let him know. Moral of the story.
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way.
I don't cook. I'm a microwave girl. I can cook tacos and pasta. Every guy I've ever dated, I've been in a 7-year relationship, 2 years, 8 years, and I don't cook.
So you're not going to cook for your kids?
I will do chicken dinos, and order healthy food.
What's a chicken dinos?
Chicken dinos from Jewel or Trader Joe's, like chicken fingers.
Huh?
Like, I'm not cooking from scratch. I will cook and put things in the oven. I am a healthy person. I modeled for years. I would get a healthy plan. I'll buy the food. I'll put it on
Why
a
are
plate.
you offended, though? What
Like,
offends you about that?
I'm offended because it's basically like...
Are you offended because you don't know how to cook?
I know. I'm only going to date you if you cook for me. That's not really...
The craziest thing is that people do the most questionable things, but some get offended by cooking when it's one of the most caring things.
Because the way that she started dressing, I told her from the jump that I don't like women that dress provocative. I don't like that stuff at all. You have to dress modest. You know what I'm saying? Only dress provocative if it's just me and you inside the house. So she started hanging out with these girls from a job. And, you know, I met them. And I'm instantly just thinking in my mind that this is not a good group right here. This is one of them groups where she's not going to want to feel like she's being left out and stuff like that. And I told her, I said, I don't think you should be hanging out with these chicks because all these chicks are single. You know what I'm saying? None of these chicks are married.
Look at what bad company will result in.
You know, single women, they tend to get married women in trouble.
Yes, yes, yes!
I'm like, nah, I said, nah, you got to take that off. I'm like, no, I don't care who you hanging with, you can't put that on, man. You're not fit to go out there dressed like that. And instead of her going to change, she left anyway. She said, no, this is what I'm going to wear. All my friends are dressing like this, and this is just what I'm going to wear. Okay. When she came back, it only take one time to do that thought stuff with me.
That's what I'm talking about.
There's a woman out there who'll appreciate this man. He deserves it. Thank God he ended up leaving her before she disrespected him any further.
When y'all get on this here internet and talk about what you won't do for your man and how you won't cook for him, how he won't do this and that, I shut up because I'm gonna cook for mine. He needs energy to go to work.
Nice. My wife has not cooked dinner in over 6.5 years, dog. I'm a blue collar worker. I work 12 to 14-hour shifts a day. And when I get home, there's not a hot meal waiting for me.
Why isn't it possible? It's just not. Why not?
If you're new to my page, I'm a husband and I'm a father of 5 kids. Guess what? 4 of those kids are my stepkids. And you're probably asking yourself, How do you work so many hours, have that many kids, and there's no dinner waiting for you when you get home? The answer's simple, really. I refuse to let her cook.
Huh?
Let me explain. When my wife and I started dating, I literally told her from the beginning, I love to cook. So for 6.5 years, I cooked every single dinner and food on the weekend. And it's not lame food either. It's gourmet stuff. Like I cook like 5-course meals and everything. I have spoiled food in the outside world to my wife and her kids. I cook everything, dogs. I cook everything.
The fact that this guy works these many hours and still cooks demands a huge amount of energy, mad respect. If it's his decision, I'm all for it because I cook for myself too, and I take my sweet time. Having someone else cook for me doesn't always deliver the results I can get, so I get his point. Well, guys, that was all for today. We'll be back soon.